When God wants to make a man strong, He doesn't give him an easy path. He gives him storms to face, trials to endure, and mountains to climb. Because strength is not born of ease, it is born of struggle. Let's talk about what it really means when God decides to mold you into greatness. When God wants to create a man powerful, He does not start with a crown on his head or wealth in his hands. He begins with silence. He begins with hardship. He begins with moments that test patience, faith, and resilience. Because the true measure of a man's strength is not in what he is given, but in what he can endure, transform, and rise above. If you have ever wondered why life has been difficult, why your journey feels longer than others, and why your prayers seem unanswered, then perhaps it is because God is not ignoring you. He is preparing you. He is shaping you for something far greater than what you can currently see. A powerful man is not created in comfort. Diamonds are not formed in soft soil, but under immense pressure. Gold is not purified in cold water, but in scorching fire. Trees do not grow strong in shallow soil. They dig deep roots through storms and winds. In the same way, when God wants to create a powerful man, He gives him challenges, not shortcuts. He gives him enemies to sharpen his wisdom, failures to deepen his courage, and rejections to awaken his persistence. Understand this. Every delay, every rejection, every closed door is not a punishment. It is a preparation. God knows that if you are to carry greatness, you must have the strength to endure weight. Power is not about lifting trophies, but lifting responsibilities. It is not about ruling over others, but mastering yourself. God wants you powerful, not just in body, but in mind, in spirit, and in character. When God wants to create a man powerful, He first allows him to taste weakness, so that he never forgets humility. He allows him to walk through valleys, so he learns how to lead others out of darkness. He allows him to cry in private, so that when he speaks in public, his words carry the weight of truth and authenticity. Many desire power, but few understand its cost. The cost is pain. The cost is patience. The cost is faith when everything looks impossible. Think of your own life right now. The struggles you face are not meaningless. That burden on your shoulders, that uncertainty in your future, that silence after your prayers, all of it is part of a greater design. God is chiseling away at your weaknesses, carving out your fears, polishing your courage, and molding you into the man He intends you to become. He is not rushing the process because He knows true power requires time. Just as the seed must stay buried in darkness before it breaks into the light, you too must endure the unseen seasons before your greatness shines. Never mistake comfort for blessing and struggle for curse. Sometimes comfort is the enemy of growth, while struggle is the doorway to strength. When God wants to create a man powerful, He doesn't hand him the easy life. He gives him the necessary battles, because the man who has never fought cannot lead warriors. The man who has never been broken cannot teach others how to heal. The man who has never been lost cannot guide others toward direction. The greatest power is not physical dominance, but unshakable faith. It is the ability to stand firm when storms rage, to believe when evidence is missing, and to keep walking when the road disappears. That is why God sends trials, to separate those who only desire greatness from those who are destined to live it. You must learn to see your struggle not as punishment, but as proof of your preparation. When God wants to create a man powerful, He surrounds him with doubt, not so he can collapse, but so he can rise above it. He allows others to underestimate him, not so he feels worthless, but so he learns the worth of perseverance. He gives him solitude, not so he feels abandoned, but so he discovers the voice within. True power does not come from applause. It comes from the strength to continue even when no one is watching. Look at your journey. Remember the tears you have shed, the nights you thought you would break, the moments you almost gave up. And yet, here you are, still standing, still breathing, still fighting. That is not weakness, that is strength. That is God's evidence that He is not finished with you yet. Every scar you carry is not a mark of failure, but a badge of survival. Every rejection is not the end of your story, but the redirection toward something greater. The powerful man God creates is not arrogant. He is humble because he knows pain. He is not reckless. He is wise because he has been broken. He is not selfish. He is compassionate because he has tasted struggle. Power is not given for self-glory, but for responsibility, to inspire, to lead, to uplift, and to protect. God raises powerful men not to sit on thrones, but to stand as pillars for others. So if today you feel crushed, misunderstood, rejected, or delayed, remember this: you are in the workshop of the Almighty. You are being shaped. The fire is not meant to destroy you, but to refine you. The weight is not meant to crush you, but to strengthen you. The silence is not God's absence, but His preparation. He is teaching you patience, resilience, discipline, and faith. Because when He finally reveals your purpose, you will not only carry it, you will sustain it. Do not rush the process. Do not curse your struggle. Do not envy the easy paths of others. Their story is not your story. Their preparation is not your preparation. When God wants to create a man powerful, He customizes the journey. He knows exactly what trials will sharpen you, what delays will strengthen you, and what losses will prepare you for greater victories. And when the time comes, no one can stop it. Not the enemies who doubted you, not the friends who left you, not the fears that tried to break you. Because when God writes power into your destiny, it cannot be erased. All you must do is trust the process, endure the trials, and never give up. Remember this: God is not punishing you, He is preparing you. He is not breaking you down, He is building you up. He is not withholding blessings, He is making you strong, enough to handle them. And when the moment arrives, you will stand not only as a man, but as a testimony that when God wants to create a man powerful, He makes him unstoppable.